Hello, my dear students. How are you all? So, I welcome you all to our online classes. So, now here we will see our fifth chapter of our third class English book, that is Living Free. Okay, so what do you mean by living free? Here in this chapter, we will be focusing on the concept of freedom. That means freedom, free to live, free to do anything. So, my dear students, so their chapter named it as Living Free. So, students, here you can see a parrot in the cage now. So, this parrot is feeling very sad now. Means parrot also wishes to live free now. So, you can see two pictures. One picture that is parrot in the cage, and the second picture that is the parrot which is living free. Okay, my dear students. So here in this is a very beautiful story of a parul, a little girl, and his grandmother. Okay, my dear students, listen carefully wherever I am reading and pay attention. Okay. So Parul was spending her holidays at her grandmother's house near the beach at Gopalpur in Odisha. That means Parul, she was spending her holidays at her grandmother's house, which is nearby the beach and at Gopalpur in Odisha. Grandmother Gauri. So, what is the name of grandmother given here? That is Grandma Gauri worked with a local group that helped animals in need. So, Grandma, she was working with the local group there and which helped the animals in need. Parul enjoyed being with her grandmother and learned a lot of things from her. Okay, so she was enjoying there. Okay, now I love Grandma Gauri. She never forces me to do anything. Okay, so what Parul was telling, that she loves her Grandma Gauri very much. Why she loves her Grandma Gauri very much? Because she never forces her to do anything. Parul wrote to her parents, she helps me to think about what I do and why I do it. One evening, as they were watching the sunset, they heard an odd noise, screech, scratch, screech, scratch. Okay, so one evening they were watching the sunset nearby the beach and they heard a odd sound, that is screech, scratch, and screech, scratch. It is coming from those seashells I found today. Parul pointed to her beach bucket. Look at that, said Grandma. Some hermit crabs had already made homes in your shells before you found them. So Grandma pointed that some crabs have already made their homes in her shells. Parul sat down next to her beach bucket. At first, she saw only seashells. Then, little heads and claws appeared from the shells. They moved around in the bucket, making scratch scratching sound. So, who was making the scratch scratching sound? Those crabs. See, even crabs can be quite delightful. So, what is the meaning of delightful given here? Something that gives great happiness. Grandma said, smiling. I want to keep them, said Parul. They will be my pets. I will give a box with a lid. She ran into the house. Now, Parul told to the grandma that I want to keep them and I want to make them as my own pet. Are you sure you want to put them in a box? Said Grandma. Oh, I will take care of them. Parul said. Then, yes, I will take care of them. Well, then we should make sure they can breathe, said Grandma, making holes for air in the lid of the box because they are the living things. Now, you know, my dear students, living things are those things which can breathe. Okay, so what they were telling that we should make a holes there. Then Parul poured some sand into the box, a little bit of water, and finally placed some tiny stones in the sand. Okay, so what she put there? She put some sand into the box, a little bit of water, and finally placed some tiny stones over there. Parul lifted each hermit crabs and put it in the box. Okay, now then she lifted the each crabs and put there in the box. You have a perfect little beach, she said, smiling. I am sure you will be happy here. Then she took the box to her room. But her room got quiet. The strict sound started again. At night, Parul could not sleep. The hermit crabs kept her awake. That means the crabs were disturbing her. When she looked into the box, she saw the crabs were trying to climb out it. Okay, so as she was getting disturbed now, then what she saw there, the crabs now, they were trying to come out from that box. Parul carried the box to the living room where Grandma was reading. Can you take me to the beach? Parul asked. Grandma closed her book. I don't think they are happy in the box. I want to let them go, said Parul. So now Grandma told, yes, it's a very good idea. All living things should be free. So what she told them, yes, it is a very good idea. And what she pointed that all living things should be free. Like I told you the example of a parrot. Parul had never been to the beach at night. There were stars shining in the sky. She saw their reflections in the water. A banana-shaped moon made the sea look bright. Okay, so she never been to the beach during this night time. So as she went there, and what she saw there, stars were shining in the sky, and she saw the reflection in the water. A banana shaped moon. So what was the shape of the moon? That is banana shape, and it looked very bright. Now I know why they don't want to live in the box, said Parul. It's so beautiful out here. So now she understood that why those crabs were not interested to stay there in the box. She removed the lid and kept the box on the sand. She and Grandma watched the hermit crabs run off into the silvery light. I am glad to you do this. Never put living things in a cage. So now Grandma told that now I am very much happy and never put living things in a cage. Look, the moon is smiling too, said Grandma with a laugh. My dear students, look at this picture. You can see the beach during the night time. It is very beautiful. Na? You can see the banana shaped moon, na? And also the reflection of the moon there in the water. And you can see the grandma sitting over there. Parul is also sitting over there, and she was playing with the crabs. And the crabs were very enjoying. Na? They are very much happy. Na? Now, Parul smiled back at the moon and put her hand in Grandma Gauri's as they walked home. So they came back to the home, and next day, Parul's mother and father came the next day to take Parul back to the city. In her room at home, Parul unpacked her bags, okay? So in her room, she unpacked her bags, but she arranged the seashells neatly in a row, and none of them had a hermit cap inside, okay? So what she have done there, she arranged the seashells neatly in a row, and none of them had a crabs inside. While getting ready for the bed, as she was going for the bed, Parul found something special. So what she found something special? The same stars and banana-shaped moons were outside her window. They had followed her home, and the moon was still smiling. The moon was still very happy. Okay, my dear students, so did you enjoy the story very well?